Libra, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective love reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements where you are likely to find a message in there. Okay, let's get into this for you. Okay, so Spirit, can we get some cards for Libra for what is going on currently in love for them? Now, please bear in mind this could be related to a past, present, or a future person. It is whatever message Spirit wants to bring. Okay. Okay, so the overall energy, we have a Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. No, Ten of Cups in the reverse. So it does feel like there might have been a bit of falling out here, whether that is with your person, whether that's with family. There's definitely some sort of falling out, some unhappy energy here. Oh, underneath, we've even got betrayal and backstabbing. And under that, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse as well. Abandonment too. Goodness me, there's a lot of fives. um, yeah, definitely feels like there's been some breaking up potentially here. If not breaking up, there's been something that's happened, something that's driving potentially a lot of sorrow here. Now I don't know whether that is with your current person or whatever person this is that Spirit's bringing up, or whether this is just energy that you're feeling from something that's already happened. Um, Very much potentially a big breakup where you're feeling like you're abandoned, something where you felt like you were in a long-term stable relationship and it just fell apart, being completely betrayed, and yeah, uh, it's caused some disruption within the family. Now, in your particular energy, we do have the Magician. Now, that Magician is very much suggesting to me, I mean, he's in the reverse, she's in the reverse in this case. It feels like you don't necessarily know what it is that you want to do. The Magician in the upright, makes everything possible, very much makes things happen, is a big doer, knows exactly how to do things, can make literally magic happen. In the reverse, there's a lack of confidence, not necessarily knowing how to do things, feeling a little bit unskilled, not necessarily knowing what it is that you want to do, how to go about something. So I feel like if this is a new person, past person, whatever it is, you just are lacking a lot of confidence in going towards them. Um, let's get some clarity. What's this Magician, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse here. So you're definitely feeling like there's some sort of missed opportunity. Now, you also may feel like with this, you might have a lack of finances too. Maybe you've lost some money as well as stability potentially, and you feel like that is causing a massive issue for you. We do have a Five of Pentacles in the reverse, so it does feel like you are trying to build things up. You are trying to come out of that lack. Now, it could even be that you're seeing your person as not having much, and you see them building themselves back up. I have got a Nine of Wands here. So whoever this is, you're very ready to reduce or bring down your barriers and let them in. You're very much wanting to move forward with someone and be vulnerable with them, which is great. Now, with your person's energy, they do have a King of Wands in the reverse. So being vulnerable with a King of Wands in the reverse probably isn't the best. And I'm saying that with a lot of love because of what type of person the King of Wands in the reverse is. Now, obviously, this is a lady on the King of Wands. So gender is fluid within tarot, so take it as it resonates. You know, it could very well be a feminine. It is just saying king because it's king it's the king crown. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so this feminine King of Wands, but could very well be masculine King of Wands. Now they lack integrity and they are generally a bit of a liar, a bit of a dictator, want everything doing their way or the highway. Um, they're a bit of a baby and they are lacking confidence themselves, so they are always seeking external validation. which will mean that they will seek other parties to get that external validation. So being vulnerable with them might not be the best thing. And even if they're saying that they're being vulnerable with you, they might be lying to you. Let's get some clarity on this King of Wands. Okay. Okay, so they're actually viewing you as being a wish come true. They see you as being something that they really want. They want you make them happy, you make them, fulfilled. You make them feel like they're healed. Um, I don't feel like they are in a happy place at this point in time, but they know that they will be happy eventually. So I don't feel like you're together at this point in time. And I've got a Four of Cups. I feel like it's because you know what's good for you. And I don't think it's them. I'll be honest. This Four of Cups in the reverse is very much you knowing what is good for you, going towards what is good for you. Um, it's knowing what you want. Very much you've made a choice, and they can see that you've made a choice. Now, how are you feeling about this as a relationship? You've got the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands tells me that there's a lot of passion in this and a lot of energy, or there was. Now, that Knight of Wands can also suggest that you feel like this is very much player energy and it's going to be short-lived. So it could be that maybe you've already been in this as a relationship and it was short-lived, possibly because of this King of Wands, coming in with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, dare I say love bombing, and then they've got bored or the energy's disappeared. Because that's what happens with the Knight of Wands. Comes in with a lot of force, a lot of passion, a lot of oomph, and then they run out of energy and steam, and it all withers away. And then they find something else to be passionate about and run after that full steam ahead. And shockingly, to clarify the Knight of Wands, we have a Knight of Wands. So, yeah, definitely feeling like, oh, Three of Cups as well. Yeah, it feels like there may have been a third party situation here, possibly them, energy somewhere else. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean there was infidelity. There's potentially a high probability that there may have been, but it doesn't mean that there was. It could mean that they've put all their energy into things like work. It could be family members. It could be friends. It could have been a third party influence. It could even be things like overindulgences, like addictions, or I say addictions or something else. There's so many different types of addictions you could pick from. There's a workaholic. That's blatantly working, can be an addiction. There's the general addictions, alcohol, cigarettes, food, drugs. And then you've got things like stuff that you wouldn't necessarily consider an addiction. Hobbies, for instance, playing on game consoles constantly, buying, I don't know, maybe they've got a hobby where they collect certain things like vinyls or I don't know what people collect. Disney ornaments. Who knows? It could just be very much that that has got in the way of everything, you know. Now we do have a Nine of Swords here as well. So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights. It does not feel like you view this as a successful relationship, but more of one where there's a lot of stress and anxiety. Um, yeah, something where you're feeling like it's just a bit of passion and it's just going to fizzle away. I don't feel like you're viewing it as a very stable relationship. Now, your challenge is this Four of Cups, the fact that somebody's mind may wander, whether that's yours, whether that's theirs. Boredom, daydreaming that, grass is greener on the other side is very much a challenge here. Now, it could just simply be that your person doesn't necessarily express themselves, and that could be why you're feeling that they have this kind of energy. Right, what is this Four of Cups, please, Spirit? Yeah. Okay, so we have the Hermit, so potentially somebody being on their own, feeling like they're on their own, isolating. We have an Ace of Wands and an Emperor in the reverse. The Emperor in the reverse is very similar to that King of Wands in the reverse, but a little bit worse. Um, he's also got a lot of communication skills that go in with those lies. So he's very good at influencing you as well. Oh, dare I say gaslighting can come into this too. Now, I'm saying he because again, it's masculine on the card. It may very well not be a he, it could be a she. There's an Ace of Wands there suggesting that they've found something new and passionate to go towards. So to me, it very much feels like the challenge here is that somebody's on their own and the other person is charging towards other things that they feel passionate about, which is because they're bored. And obviously, that could be a massive, massive challenge. Now, this could just be a viewpoint. It could just be what somebody is viewing. Now, this does not mean that it is a person that they are charging off towards. It could be, like I say, a hobby, a job, an addiction. Whatever that Three of Cups is, it's just something that they're passionate about. It doesn't have to be a person, you know. It can very well be something completely inane, but it's something that I don't think you'd find passionate. To be honest, maybe it's a really weird hobby, like I don't know what weird hobbies are out there. I find things like train spotting weird, but to a lot of other people, that's not weird. I don't get it personally, but a lot of people love it. Trying to think of other things I might find weird. Collecting socks might be a hobby. I'm really sorry if you collect socks. Again, um, d- don't know. It's not something I personally would collect. I obviously collect little stone animals, and I've got a load of other collections, but not a hobby that I would particularly choose. Anyhow, so if you get through this challenge, we have the Justice card. So there is going to be a big decision that's made, and it's going to be made very fairly. And it is about something from the past or a person from the past, something where it's left a bit of a scar. Now, it could be a good scar, it might be a bad scar. That Six of Cups can be very much somebody living in nostalgia because they feel like the past was amazing and it's left that kind of scar. It could be that the scar is more of a mentally wounding, physically wounding scar, something that's actually was bad, something it does feel very much like there is going to be a decision made. Now, it could also be a legal decision as well that is being made here. Spirit, what's this? Justice and Six of Cups. Okay, so we have a Four of Wands, so that's some stability coming in. I've got a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, which is interesting. A Nine of Cups and a Queen of Wands. Okay, so that is really, really strange. So Four of Wands is suggesting to me that this Justice card, whatever this decision is, it is going to cause some sort of stability. With it, potentially a long-term commitment, which lovely, absolutely. I do have a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse doesn't have a clue. He knows where he wants to go, but doesn't know how to get there. So there might be stability that's come from it, but there's a lack of, it's like a lack of sense of purpose or direction. I've then got a Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of love that comes into this as well. Somebody's got emotional fulfillment. And then I've got a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Somebody that can be vindictive. I feel like the decision that's being made here is that I feel like you're going into a long-term relationship and it's something that you've never been in before. Or you're going into a relationship that you've never experienced. It's something completely different to you. And you don't necessarily know how it's going to go, what way to act, because it's so new and so different. And it's making you really happy and you're emotionally fulfilled and you don't necessarily need other people. That's probably why you've got this Nine of Wands in the reverse here, because you're wanting to be vulnerable with somebody. And it feels like it's working. I don't feel like somebody's going to be very happy about it. I feel like you've got this Queen of Wands that is lacking confidence and is being vindictive in the background. I don't feel like they like you being in a happy relationship. And I have a feeling that that is who this Six of Cups is related to. I feel like there's a decision that's being made. You are very much moving forward, having something good, and someone's just crying in the background because it probably isn't with them. And I feel like whoever they are is this person. I feel like they want you to be with them, but you're choosing someone else. And I very much feel like that is why you see them as being just a player. And, the challenge is that they left you on your own because they were a player. And that's very much, they haven't learned and they haven't changed. So your decision to move on and leave them in the dust and move forward with your life is very much not what they want, and it is causing them some serious identity crisis issues. But at the end of the day, that's not your issue, that's theirs. Right, let's get you some romance angels. I'm very sorry that that was dominated by somebody that clearly isn't going to be the person that you're having an outcome with. I feel like they're completely different. Okay, so we've got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I feel that that's going to be your new person. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I feel like that is this person. And then religious factors, your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now, I don't know who that relates to. It could possibly be your new person. Maybe that's why you've got the marriage card in there potentially. Not 100% sure. I say marriage, it doesn't have to be marriage, it's just long-term, stable, happy home and uh, happy partnership kind of energy. But yeah, could be potentially what this justice is, could potentially be a divorce from a person. And it might take you a while to get there because of a religious upbringing, potentially. Right, that is the reading I've got for you, Libra. I hope it gave you some insight. If you did enjoy reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to press that subscription button. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you to those of you that have already subscribed. It's greatly appreciated. It helps the channel grow and helps pass those messages on. So thank you for all of your support. Good luck, and thank you very much for joining me.